After scouring the internet trying to find some of the best mods for Super Mario Odyssey, I've also stumbled upon a few of the absolute worst that you could find, 21 of which are so terrible that I decided to make a video about them. Now, not all of these are bad per se, and maybe some are just a bit useless or weird, but there are a few that are pretty disgusting, especially the one we'll see right off the bat. Oh yeah, before I get everything started, my name is Copycat. And if you haven't yet, then please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to stay notified when I upload new videos. Definitely the most inappropriate, worst, but at least Funnymod is the one that declothes every single toad in the game, leaving them vulnerable to life. Now, I do appreciate when people put in the time and effort to create intricate mods for everyone to enjoy. It's just, I don't care to see any character's private parts, especially if they're little, humanoid, mushroom-like creatures. However, the most terrible thing about this mod is that somehow Toadette got swept up in this madness, who's only 9 years old, by the way. I think if you're gonna make a mod like this, check the characters' ages and make sure everything is somewhat appropriate. I mean, this isn't appropriate, but I mean somewhat appropriate. The next mod I want to look at is one that was a good idea on paper, but I feel like maybe wasn't fully executed properly. Lets you play as Bowser Jr. instead of Mario. Unfortunately, the skin for Kid Koopa to replace the mustachioed man is not perfected, and at times the model looks a bit distorted or even stretched, aka, it could use a bit of work. I'm really not trying to diss this in any way, as I could never imagine even attempting to create a mod myself. I'm just trying to give a bit of healthy feedback so that these can improve vastly in the future. Another mod that definitely needs a bit of work on its design is the Robo Mario skin, which as of right now just appears as my nightmare fuel, keeping me up at night. I'm not sure exactly what it is about this version of Mario that gives me the heebie-jeebies, but even though I don't really like it, I do want to see more like this one in the future. Next, I want to look at a set of creepy mods, all created by ZXMany, starting with one that changes the Motorscooter into a regular human. Not only does it now look like you're being given a piggyback ride by a random city folk, but they're also T-posing and contain the same orange and gray colors as the bike, which just looks straight up strange. The second mod from this creator is one that turns regular people into birds, or birds into regular people. Either way, something just isn't right. These birds look like they're crab walking across the streets of New Donk City, and really makes me question why this was even made. The final of these mods I want to look at is one that turns people into mutated versions of Koopas, with grotesque looking limbs and a gaunt face. Just because something can be made, doesn't mean it should be. I mean, look at the original Super Mario Bros. Movie. That was just a train wreck.
Name? Mario. Last name?
Mario.
Okay, what's your name?
Luigi.
Luigi?
No, Luigi Mario.
And I kinda think that even the newer one with Chris Pratt could be this way, but only time will tell.
Who will be played by Chris Pratt.
What?
He's so cool. Mario will be talking a lot in the movie.
He's
Please
so
look forward to
cool.
Mario.
One mod that's absolutely insane combines almost every single kingdom in the game into one gigantic level. However, there is one major downside to this, as there's just way too much content packed into this one area, to the point where it doesn't load in properly and can even lag at times. Also, this world is devoid of any life at all, enemies or friends, so there really isn't much to do here, other than wander around a bit. A few of the next mods we're going to look at aren't necessarily bad, but do help you cheat the game, starting with one that cheeses the volleyball minigame. Believe it or not, a lot of people actually had trouble getting the 2 moons associated with this area, especially the Hero of the Beach challenge, as they just couldn't keep the ball up 100 times. Now, I thought at first that this mod must just make the volleyball playing much easier, but it actually just completely removes the court altogether and gives you the moons for free. What a cop-out. Here's what a real volleyball player looks like. One of these cheat mods that's actually quite funny is the one that helps you out during the Jumprope challenge moons, but instead of giving them to you outright, it places a giant question mark box for you to stand on so you don't have to jump at all. Oh yeah, by the way, do not look at the in-game leaderboard, as it's absolutely pointless to use as a guide, as most of the top ones are just glitched. One of the most pointless and out-of-place mods I've ever seen for Super Mario Odyssey is the one that adds a level that lets you visit a cardboard box recycling plant, and turns Mario into one himself. Apparently the creator Ellie_M decided to recreate his real-life workplace in the game, even if no one wanted it or needed it. One ridiculously insane mod replaces every coin in the game and puts in the gigantic Deviljho, if that's how you say it, enemy from the Monster Hunter series. Why something so huge was used to take the place of something so small is beyond me, but I'm not complaining too much as it does look extremely goofy. A set of extremely useless mods that only change a really small thing in the game are the ones that add new controller variants to the game's startup guide. The ones I've seen that you're able to put in include the Animal Crossing New Horizons Joy-Cons, the GameCube themed Joy-Cons, or just the regular old Pro Controller. There's nothing too crazy here, but if you know of any other ones that I may have left out, then please let me know in the comments below. One mod that brings back fond memories for me is the one that adds the Yoshis Hat from the wide variety of costumes that you could get via Streetpass. I used to use this feature a lot, as I'd take the subway to and from school, and would love to see how many other people would have their 3DS with them. This was a great way for 3DS users to interact with each other without actually having to physically go up to a stranger and ask for their friend code. Probably my favorite mods that you'll see in this video are the ones that add the alien version of Mario, along with a couple of UFO-based levels. What's really cool about this one is that not only now is Cappy a flying saucer, but you can also ride in one around the sub area, which is a great touch even if it does look a bit strange. These areas are not perfect by any means, but I will applaud anyone who attempts something this strange, as I'm always one to welcome anything different or out of place. One strange modded level I actually was very surprised to see recreates Pewdiepie's Minecraft world, but of course now in the world of Super Mario Odyssey. This area might look familiar to you longtime Pewds fans as a place where you used to torture animals. In Minecraft, of course.
Anytime you look at Sven, this is what happens. Think about it. Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
Also, as a nice added touch, there's a mod that lets you put on a skin that's actually the PewDiePie design custom pattern way. Pretty neat. The second last mod I want to look at in this video is one called Touch Cappy equals Death, where if you touch the hat in any way, shape, or form, you die. This is actually harder than it sounds, as when you start with Cappy on your head, you can't move at all, and the only way to traverse is to throw him and try to make him remain in place as you traverse through the kingdom. If he returns to you before you're somehow able to progress forward, which by the way takes a tremendous amount of skill, then you will die and have to try again. Whoever made this one must be a masochist, as I don't know why anyone would want people to endure so much torture. The final mod in this video is one that doesn't only add 5, 10, or 15 Bowsers, but an insane 20 that you need to face off against all at the same time. Okay, unfortunately the 20 does crash the game as it can't handle that many King Koopas on the screen at once, but it is at least interesting to see the 15, as at times they stack on top of each other, creating a very interesting looking scene. Oh yeah, and it's kind of funny to see how laggy it gets. Alright, that will be it for today's video, guys. I really hope you did enjoy this one. If you did, please leave a like, comment below what you thought about it, and if you have any cool mods, let me know as well. And of course, subscribe to my channel, hitting that bell button. Hope you guys all have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.